State lawmakers from both sides of the aisle are calling on Kentucky's U.S. Attorney and the new Attorney General to investigate the pardons issued by former Governor Matt Bevin during his final days in office.
Among them, one for a man convicted in the death of his 6-week-old son, another for a man guilty of decapitating a woman, and another for a man convicted of raping a child.
Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell criticized Bevin's actions. The outcry prompted the former governor to take to Twitter to fire back about some of the reasoning behind his show of mercy for hundreds of Kentucky criminals.
LEX 18's Catherine Collins has more about both sides of a very controversial big story at 11.
The backlash to pardons given by former Governor Bevin during his final days in office has been swift, including claims Bevin gave a pardon to a man convicted of reckless homicide whose family hosted a political fundraiser for Bevin last summer. Several families of victims are upset that, in some cases, the person found responsible is now free. Here's what Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell said about Bevin's pardons today.
It seems to me it was completely inappropriate. I expect he had the power to do it, but looking at the examples of people who are incarcerated as a result of heinous crimes, no, I don't approve of it.
Attorney General-elect Daniel Cameron said he may speak more about the pardons when he's sworn in on December 17th.
The pardon power has been around for a long time. I think it needs to be used very wisely. But I stand with our Commonwealths and county attorneys that have made multiple statements on this front.
State Senate President Robert Stivers released a statement on behalf of the Kentucky Senate majority. It reads in part, "The Senate Republican majority condemns his actions as a travesty and perversion of justice," and goes on to call upon the U.S. Attorney's Office to launch an investigation into the pardons. This afternoon, former Governor Bevin took to Twitter to respond. "We don't have the time to read all 20 tweets, but Bevin says he looked over these cases for hundreds of hours and tweeted, quote, 'No community is either more or less safe now than it was before the pardons and commutations given over the past 4 years.' He wrote, 'The statements and suggestions that financial or political considerations played a part in the decision-making process are both highly offensive and entirely false.' Catherine Collins, LEX 18 News.
Bevin also tweeted that not a single person was released who had not already been scheduled for a specific release date or who was sentenced with the eligibility to be considered for early release. You can read former Governor Bevin's tweets in their entirety on our website, lex18.com.